Hi, my name is Victoria Yoester. I'm a junior service manager within the medical specialties based at Southend Hospital, part of Mid and South Essex NHS Foundation Trust. I've been working with Southend Hospital since about 2007. I started working through an agency a couple of days a week and was lucky enough to then be appointed into an administration role within medical HR. So that's where I started in 2007, started in an admin role, and since then I've done a CRPD qualification for human resources, and I've done a lot of training and learning a lot about medical careers. So I worked in medical HR for a couple of years and then moved across to the recruitment team in 2013, where I was a recruitment officer. And then decided to make a small change in my career to work on the operational side of the hospital and went into the medicine department. I've been working in the medicine department as a resource manager and have recently moved into a junior service manager role, which is looking at running a service and more on the operational side of things. So I really enjoy my job. I think the best part about my job is interacting with the different walks of life that are involved in a hospital. Everything from patients who need help finding their way through the hospital, all the way up to our consultants whom I support with different things like recruitment and their rotas and normal day-to-day running of the services. So in terms of opportunities for training within our NHS hospitals, we've got lots of apprenticeships at different levels. So you can start out with your basic level apprenticeships to get into your admin roles and medical secretary roles, all the way up to senior leadership, where you can do apprenticeships to take on the more senior operational roles. There's also volunteering within the hospital, so helping with patients, feeding on wards, that kind of thing, which is really, really interesting, and that caters to a wide range of people and lots of interests as well. During my time in medical HR, I learned a lot about how doctors can work their way up to consultant level, so there's lots of training pathways for doctors. So to start your doctor's training, you need to get a bachelor's degree in medicine and surgery. Once you've qualified at university, you would then start your foundation year training. Your first and second year of foundation training is all about rotating through different specialties to find out what you want to do when you qualify as a consultant. So you would rotate through different departments in medicine and surgery, things like medicine for the elderly, pediatrics, vascular surgery, those kinds of things, to find out whether you want to be more medicine or whether you want to be more surgery. Once you've finished your second foundation year, that's when you decide how you want to specialize. So there's different pathways that you can take. One of them is GP training. So you would go into the General Practitioners Vocational Training Scheme. So you have 3 years of training. So your first 2 years is based at a hospital, training in pediatrics, obs and gynae, psychiatry, medicine for the elderly, giving you your basic knowledge so that when you get to your third year, you go into a GP surgery, you do your final year of training in a GP surgery, and then that's when you can qualify as a full general practitioner. Another training path is in medicine, so you would do an internal medicine training scheme, so that's recently now been extended to 3 years, so you would do 3 years rotating through different medicine departments, including ITU, and that would give you your basic foundation to then specialise in a medicine specialty of your choice. Another training scheme is your core surgical training career, which would also then be rotating through the different areas of surgery, orthopedics, urology, those areas, so that you could then specialize in a specific specialty within surgery. So when you get to your it would be your 5th year out of university, you would then look to specialize. So this is where you pick the specialty that you want to be a consultant in. So that is then the start of another 5 years of training. rotating through different hospitals in the country to get different experience of working with different pathways. You would also be on call, so you would have to be working within the emergency medicine department, helping that team manage patients. And once you finish those 5 years, you would then get your certificate of completion of training, and then you would be able to work as a consultant full-time. So it's a very long pathway to get to consultant, but it is a very enjoyable training scheme because you get to go all the way around the country. A lot of doctors also take a year or two out to go overseas and get experience in different hospitals around the world, so that we can share best practice around the world as well. And yeah, so that's how you do training for doctors.